What we now know as a 2018 Toyota C-HR originally began its life as a 2015 Scion C-HR concept. Sadly, when Toyota decided to scrap the Scion brand, maybe not so sadly, it did us a solid and brought the C-HR into its fold in basically its concept form. I've spent the last week in the production 2018 Toyota C-HR XLE Premium, and here's what I think. When Scion released the 2015 C-HR concept, there was no misunderstanding what it was there to do. It was there to push the brand forward in terms of styling. Over the years, the Scion brand had gotten kind of boring and a little bit bland. It started off really awesome with its future-looking designs, but it tapered off at the tail end. Unfortunately, as we all know, Scion died, but Toyota folded this right into its production lineup. Now, Toyota could have done us really bad and just threw a hunk of vanilla ice cream on top of four wheels and called it the C-HR, but instead it released what looks almost just like the concept vehicle. So coming up front, you have all the fingerprints of the concept vehicle. You have your gloss black insert in the middle here that flows out to your bold, expressive headlights that come nicely down into your flared wheel wells that cover up these 18-inch wheels. They come up the side, you have your nice rigged glass that comes up to this swooping backward roof line that, if you notice, is a different color than the rest of the vehicle. That is called the R code. This is a $500 option that includes the roof and the mirror caps. Now, what really highlights the side of this vehicle, of course the roof line is great, are these lines right here. You have one line that sloops down and around and back up, and another one that comes down the side here straight. What this does is sets a tone for the vehicle. As you can tell, it's almost a diamond shape, and as we get inside, you're going to see that diamond shape continue. And as we come down around the back, the roof line starts swooping down. You have your coupe hatch here, which generally isn't a good thing because it does gobble up a lot of cargo space, but the execution of it is forgivable. And then coming up here, your rear doors fit nicely with the coupe roof line because the door handles are placed up top where they're kind of hidden, you can't really see them, so it kind of completes the entire look. Coming around back and you see the styling just doesn't quit. First, Toyota installed these concept-inspired taillights, and in here you can see it scales them out nicely to accent these rear hips. Come toward the center, you see the diamond inspiration continues here and right here, and like I said, this is going to continue on the inside. And for good measure, down below you have your C-HR lights. Now, when you get inside the 2018 Toyota C-HR, the wild styling kind of tones down a good bit. Now, you do still have that diamond inspiration styling I was talking about on the outside that makes it to the inside. Some of the places you see that is up here on this dome light. You see it down here on your controls for the HVAC system. One really neat application to it is up here in the headliner. You have these little embossments here that are diamond, but once you get up here by the sun visor, there's actually a little spot that diamond makes to slide your hand in. You can also maybe tuck some sunglasses in there like I did, put my garage door opener. Some more diamond spots you have over here on this door panel. It looks really nice from a distance, it's a nice touch, but unfortunately this is all hard plastic, so it doesn't feel good when you rest your arm against it. And also Toyota, I'm sorry, but I know Scion was big on this and you brought this over from Scion, but this gloss black portion here looks great when sunlight's not hitting it, but when sunlight does hit it, you get these funny little glitters in there that just look funny. So, Toyota, that's got to go. Hopefully next year they'll get rid of that as this moves away from being a Scion, rebadged Scion to a Toyota. So hopefully that goes away. But everything else inside the interior is pretty much standard compact SUV. So let's talk about technology in 2018 Toyota C-HR. Toyota, we got to talk about this infotainment system, man. I understand this was a Scion concept originally. I know you brought it over there pretty much directly, but were you really that lazy that you could not re-engineer the center stack to put the real Toyota infotainment system in here, the Inform system, the one we all know, the one that some people love? Instead, you have the old school, I don't know how many years, maybe 5-year-old Scion infotainment system here that has almost no features. I spent 10 minutes trying to find a home screen so I could find all the cool apps it had before my wife looked at me and said, you're on the home screen. So I'm on the home screen. You've got, what do you have? You have your Bluetooth connectivity, you have Sirius, FM, AM, and then AHA Radio. Whatever AHA Radio is, I've heard of it, never seen it used before. I know no one who uses it. I don't know what a subscription costs, but they have it on here. But just the utter lack of anything in this infotainment system is pretty bad. Now, it is 7 inches and it is clear, so that is nice. But once you get outside of this infotainment system and stop focusing there is a lot of good stuff going on in the C-HR. You have, first of all, a rear view camera that's the latest version, which is up here in the rear view mirror instead of being in the center console. So you have a nice view of both your rear view mirror and the rear view camera at the exact same time. Plus you have all the latest technology for safety. You have the Toyota TSSP system standard, which includes your automatic emergency braking, your lane keep assist. It also includes adaptive cruise control that is a full stop system. So if the car in front of you rather comes to a complete stop on the highway on cruise control, this vehicle actually does stop instead of coming to a crawl then telling you to stop. So ultimately, sure, the infotainment system is terrible, but when you put it all together, you really do get a lot of features for the money in the C-HR. So let's talk about what powers the 2018 Toyota C-HR. And I use power in as little of a term as I possibly can use it, because this 2.0 liter four-cylinder engine is inexcusably underpowered at 144 horsepower and 139 pound-feet of torque. There are engines so much smaller, 1.5 liters, 1.6 liters, 1.8 liters, that are significantly more powerful than this engine. And you combine that with the CVT transmission that drones on, and you've got a sporty looking crossover that is just god-awful slow. From a dead stop, this thing feels like a slug coming off the line. Now, when you're on a highway, it passes well, so don't worry about that. If you need to pass on a highway, you do have enough high-end RPM power for that. But from a dead stop, this thing is a pig. Why Toyota did that is beyond me, but I hope that Toyota sees the potential to this SUV. You got the sporty look. You've got the platform to put a nice powered engine in this and make it maybe what the Juke Nismo RS was supposed to be. Now, I harp on its power, but when you get to the handling side, it's surprisingly above average. It's based on a Toyota TNGA platform, which is a little bit wider than most crossovers in its class, giving it a nice wide stance that makes it handle okay. Now, it's not a canyon carver, but it does handle better than most of the other vehicles in its class, especially given its high ride height. Now, one thing that I gotta complain about this is Toyota markets it as a crossover. It is a crossover, quote unquote, but it only comes in front wheel drive. Isn't one of the basic qualifications of a crossover that it has at least optional all-wheel drive? That's how I see it. I don't know why Toyota did that. Maybe it's the platform that doesn't support it. Hopefully in the future they do bring it in. I'm sure they will at some point. But enough harping on that. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about gas mileage, because that's pretty bad too. It's not EcoSport bad, but it is pretty bad. It gets 27 miles per gallon city, 31 highway, and 29 combined. When you compare this to things like the HR-V that's well over 30 miles per gallon combined, and other SUVs, even larger SUVs that exceed this by a long shot, for how small this is, how slow it is, you're just not getting rewarded by anything except for the handling. So what do I think of the Toyota C-HR? Would I buy it? If I had, it's $22,500 base price, or this one that I have is $24,350. If I had that money sitting in my bank account, would I go buy this today? Well, I would love to say yes, because there's a lot of stuff this does good. It does. Its body looks wonderful. It handles well. It's spacey enough on the inside. The shortcomings it has from the Scion to Toyota transition just kill it for me. The lack of gas mileage, the lack of technology inside, especially this infotainment system. It's very slow, plodding nature in a straight line. That all adds up to a big fat no for me. There's a lot more value in other vehicles, but what I recommend is just wait. because I think Toyota, as this transitions more out of the Scion to Toyota transition, as it gets out of that transition, you're gonna see more stuff. Next year already, Toyota's gonna put in the real infotainment system. The Intune 3.0, the latest one, comes in 2019. So maybe 2020, we see some other tweaks that make this thing a little bit better. Toyota's got a great thing here, just needs to massage it. So if you got that much money sitting around, you're not in a rush to spend it, hold on to it. Watch what Toyota does with the C-HR. You might be surprised in a couple of years.